Stagnant.
Distance. Sir, I'm not the host. Please make me the host. Sir, make me the host. Sir, hello? Hello, sir. Make me the host so that I can share. Thank you. Sir, is it now on? Hello?
Madam.
Sir, shall I begin the class now?
Just start, madam.
Okay. Good morning, students. This is your Afreen madam, teaching botany first year and unit 1 diversity in the living world. Welcome to the another session where you are going to learn about plant kingdom, algae. And before that, let me appreciate the children who have completed their work in time, and their excellent work is forwarded to me by their concerned JLs. Gautami from Nerella, TSRJC. Sri Durga and Shruti from Vikharabad, TSRJC. G. Ankita, Shrutilaya, Abhinaya from Vangara, TSRJC. So these children, they are completing their work as early as possible. As the class is finished in the afternoon session, they are at work and they are forwarding immediately to me with the help of their JLs. I wish all the children also do the same thing and maintain proper work in time so that they won't run short of time for preparations. So assignment work is meant for making you prepared for IPE. So please do carry the work as early as possible and revise well. Now let us move on to the session. Already Kingdom Plantae is discussed in second chapter, but here in fourth chapter also, I would like to have a recap of Kingdom Plantae. As you know, habitat is aquatic or terrestrial. That means land living plants are also there, as well as water, fresh or marine water plants are also available on this planet. And all these plants are photosynthetic, multicellular, and eukaryotes. Eukaryotes means having a distinct nucleus. And most of them are multicellular, exception to very few. And chlorophyll and accessory pigments are present. Chlorophyll is a photosynthetic pigment which can harvest the sunlight energy, and it is only this chlorophyll pigment, particularly chlorophyll A, which is the boss of this world, I can say, because it is providing the food. Okay, and it is providing the food by fixing the sunlight energy, and that energy will be utilized by the carbon dioxide and water for getting converted to carbohydrate, glucose, which is very important for survival to for life to exist on earth. And cellulose cell wall is made up of cellulose. As you know, all the plant cells will be having cell wall, and this cell wall is going to be the protective cover. When excess of water is going to get inside the cell, it is not going to burst. The cell is not going to burst out because of the presence of cell wall. It will give mechanical strength and turgidity. And next, sex organs are multicellular and jacketed. These sex organs, which will be producing the gametes, will be having multicellular sex organs and jacketed one for proper protection, and with few exception case. Now, coming to the plantae kingdom, you can see here in the plantae kingdom, they do not have differentiated plant body. Some organisms which are not having differentiated plant body, particularly the algae, will be in this thallophyta. Thallophyta means thallus. Only mass of cells will be there, filamentous branch or unicellular also existing in this thallophytes, and fungi and algae belong to these thallophytes. And fungi, you know, kingdom fungi is separated from this thallophyta, and only algae is present in these thallophytes at present date, and have differentiated plant body. Means the root, the stem, and the leaves will be present in a plant body. Then they'll fall under this category, and that too without specialized vascular tissues. As you know, bryophytes, amphibians of the earth. That means they require water also for their sexual reproduction. So here bryophytes, that means the moss plants will be under this. Another with vascular tissue. With vascular tissue also we have to the one which is not producing seeds, like the pteridophytes. The pteridophytes are not going to produce the seeds, and these pteridophytes are the fun plants, and they'll be having the vascular bundles, but they'll be producing spores for reproduction. They won't produce seeds. The other one which is producing the seeds is phanerogams, flowering plants. In this flowering plants also again you are having two types, bearing naked seeds. Bearing naked seeds. Naked seeds means gymnosperms. There won't be any fruit directly after the fertilization. The seed formation will be taking place. There is no fruit formation taking place in gymnosperms. And the another one you can see bear seeds inside fruits. That means seeds are enclosed inside a fruit. It is angiosperms. And that too, two types of angiosperms you can see have seeds with two cotyledons. That means dicots. Cotyledon is nothing but the stored food material for the baby plant. And another one have seeds with one cotyledon, that is monocot. So you have monocot and dicot. So let us learn in this plant kingdom further in this classification the thallophytes. The thallophytes are nothing but the algae. So in today's session, we are going to learn in details properly about kingdom algae here. Photosynthetic, they will be undertaking photosynthesis. As I said, all the kingdom plant members will be having this photosynthetic quality. And unicellular, some of them are unicellular like chlamydomonas, and multicellular. Most of them are multicellular. Eukaryotic, having nucleus. Simple thalloid. Simple thalloid means what? Mass of cells. Okay, mass of cells will be there. Okay, and they are going to form the thallus. Okay, they won't be having any root system, shoot system, or leaf like arrangement. Okay, so such thing is not there, so it is called a thalloid body, and largely aquatic organisms. Next, chlorophyll A, chlorophyll B, carotenes and xanthophylls are present. In the previous class, I have discussed about the structure of chlorophyll pigment. And also I said about the types of chlorophylls, chlorophyll A, B, C, D, E. We are having carotenes, xanthophylls, all these are present. And chlorophyll A is present in all these plant kingdoms members. And this chlorophyll A is going to trap the solar energy. And in second year, you are going to learn in detail about the importance of this chlorophyll A. And chlorophyll B and carotenes and xanthophylls. These are accessory pigments. They are also going to trap the solar energy and they will be providing it to chlorophyll A. And it is the chlorophyll A which is going to be the reaction center where the further light reactions will be taking place in the chloroplast. That you will be learning in detail in second year. Next, types. Algae members, how they are. Unicellular, motile. Example is chlamydomonas. Okay, motile means having flagella. Unicellular, non-motile, unable to move, that is chlorella. Another, filamentous. Filamentous means long, slender body will be there. It is filamentous. Okay, and unbranched, there are no branches. Eulothrix and Spirogyra are the example for that. And next, filamentous branched, example cladophora. It will be having branched body. Thallus will be branched. And next, umbrella shaped acetabularia. You can see the pictures also here, laminaria. As you can see, alga growing in moist conditions near the water bodies, above the ocean bodies also. You will be seeing the algae will be having algal bloom, and sometimes these alga is going to be responsible for eutrophication. Eutrophication means when these algae will be more and more growing more and more on the water bodies, the top layer of the water bodies is covered with this algae, and these algae are not going to allow any sunlight or oxygen to penetrate towards lower depths of the water body, resulting in the death of the fish. So eutrophication is a danger, and due to more and more chemical use, natural fertilizers, chemical fertilizers, rainwater is going to wash away the water and take it to the nearby waters, ponds, streams, and there you can see this algae is going to make the eutrophication. So ecologically, it is not a good practice to have more and more algae in the water body covering the top layer. But the importance of algae is there because they are the producers. They are the producers for the aquatic habitat. Next, general features of algae. They are found in freshwater ponds, puddles, moist, damp places here and there, everywhere, wherever water is there. Even the leaking taps also you can see. There also you will see algae is going to grow at your home. And free living. They are free living. Some are epizoic. Epizoic means growing on animal body. Epizoic and parasitic on tea plant, not pea plant. So it is a tea plant. On tea plant and pepper plant, they are parasitic, causing the damage to the plant body. And epizoic means on sloth bear, it is going to grow. Or on the shells of some organisms, mollusks also, algae will be found growing. Example is chlorella algae and exhibits symbiosis with fungal. Symbiosis, as you know about the lichens. Lichens are nothing but algae and fungi together. They are going to be in association. Algae is going to produce the photosynthetic activity, food, and fungus is going to give the shelter as well as absorb the water and nutrients from the soil and supply it to the algae. So lichens is nothing but it is a symbiotic association between algae and fungi. General features of algae, the most important thing, two-layered cell wall. You know that algae will be having a cell wall, and the cell wall is generally made up of cellulose. The inner one is made up of cellulose, but outer pectate material is there. Pectate is there. Remember, this is very important. Pectate or pectin substance will be present. Reserve food. Reserve food is also important, and here the reserve food is starch. Whatever the glucose is prepared in the form of starch, it will be stored in the chloroplast, embedded in the chloroplast. In the chloroplast, where the photosynthesis is taking place, there only the glucose is converted into starch. And one more important structure you can see here, pyrenoid. Pyrenoid is very important structure.
నాది డిసెంబర్ రావచ్చు.
Pyrenoid is very important structure. Pyrenoid is nothing but it is a protein molecule surrounded by
ఫస్ట్ కనపడుతుంది తర్వాత
flower like starch granules. Okay, so these pyrenoids are generally commonly seen, okay, in chloroplast of this algae. Mostly usually only single pyrenoid for single chloroplast.
మూడు పాఠానికి రెడీ అయింది, ఇంకో పాఠానికి రెడీ కాల. ఫస్ట్ మాత్రమే ఫేస్ కనపడుతుంది, తర్వాత
hello ma'am. Sita ma'am, please mute yourself. Sita ma'am, Sita ma'am, please mute yourself.
Okay, I forgot.
Okay ma'am.
Sorry.
Thank you. Okay, no problem ma'am. Thank you. And pyrenoids, it is a protein surrounded by starch granules. You have to remember about algae whenever you are drawing the structure of chloroplast, draw a pyrenoid also. That means a protein surrounded by starch granules. Flower-like appearance will be there. And flagellate numbers varies from 1 to 2. Like Chlamydomonas, I just said it is having flagella. It is motile. Motile means movable because of the flagella. 1 or 2 will be present, and sometimes 4 flagellae also seen during sexual reproduction. You will be learning this part, how 4 flagellae are seen. Next, reproduction in algae. Now coming to the main important, reproduction. How this algae is reproducing? By fragmentation. Vegetative propagation is just by breaking of the plant body or organism body and getting separated as a new individual. So like this, fragmentation is one mode of reproduction, vegetative reproduction in algae. Next, asexual reproduction by spore formation. Spores are going to get formed, asexual spore formation within the cell, and they are going to get liberated. Next, zoospores. Zoospores means they are having flagella. That's why they are called zoospores. Flagellated motile. Motile means movable during favorable conditions. And in this asexual mode of reproduction, apart from zoospores, we also have other 3 types: aplanospores, hypnospores, and echinates. Here you have to remember now. In asexual reproduction, zoospores are going to form during favorable conditions, and during unfavorable conditions only these aplanospores, hypnospores and akinets are going to form. Zoospores are nothing but here the cell is going to produce spores within the cell only, and due to meiotic division it will be taking place, and haploid, all these algae will be haploid only, and they are going to produce the uh, haploid spores. These haploid spores, if they are having the flagella, when this spore is going to burst open, all the zoospores are going to get released. It is called zoospore through asexual reproduction. This is common during favorable. During unfavorable condition, the same thing is happening, but here surrounding the spores, the material which is going to be present is thick or thin. If it is thin, then it is called aplanospores. If it is thick, it is hypnospores. And akinets also. Here, one more important thing you have to remember about this is the flagella. The flagella which is present, for example, this is a chlamydomonas, which is a single cell organism, algae. When it wants to go for asexual reproduction, it will be losing the flagella. The flagella will disappear here. The most important feature you can see, flagella is going to disappear, and then it will proceed. And here, when it will be going for this aplanospores, hypnospores, and akinets, it is going to get covered by a membrane, and this membrane is going to be either thin walled or thick walled, translucent. In hypnospore, it will be translucent, colorless, and in aplanospores, it will be thin wall, and in akinets, it will be red in color. In akinets, it will be red in color. Why means it is occurring in the unfavorable conditions. That's why a outer cover is going to form, get secreted through outside the spore. So in this manner, the haploids are going to form, or the spores, haploid spores are going to get released during the unfavorable conditions. Now we'll go for the sexual reproduction of this one. It is by fusion of two gametes. So two gametes are going to fuse. And isogametes flagellated. Isogametes means the gametes are of same size, equal. The outside physical appearance and the chemical appearance, everything is similar. Then they are called isogametes. And if they are having the flagella, it is called isogametes flagellated. And it occurs in chlamydomonas. And isogametes non-flagellated also will occur, that is pyrogyra. So here, these zoospores are going to fuse when these similar gametes which are there, the gametes which are haploid, they are going to fuse. When they are going to fuse, at the time at the apical region, for example, this is chlamydomonas having the two flagellas, biflagellated zoospore. It is a zoospore, and another also is going to come. Okay, and its flagella like this. You can see four flagellas can be seen at this moment, and here it is having its own nucleus. Here it is having its own nucleus. Now n plus n, it will become 2n. As you are aware of this one, it is nothing but it is called as zygote also. So here it is in spore formation, so it is called zygospore. It is a zygospore, and the zygospore is 2n condition, and the nucleus will get fused. Now it is 2n condition, and here you can see four flagellates are seen, so it is also called as quadriflagellate. Now at this situation, when it is having four flagella after fusion, it is going to split, undertake meiotic division. It is going to undertake meiotic, not mitotic. It is going to undertake meiotic division, and it is going to release the new chlamydomonas cells. Okay, these are called meiospore because it is coming from the meiotic division. These are called meiospores. Okay, I hope you are following. So here, in this manner, the sexual reproduction will be taking place. Here, I have taken the example of chlamydomonas, where you can see how two gametes which are haploid are going to combine and become diploid, and this diploid is undertaking meiotic division and giving the daughter cells, okay, are the new individuals which are haploid. So this is called meiospore now. Meiospore. Okay, these are zygospores. These zygospores have come from mitotic division. These zygospores are nothing but they came from the mitotic division. Usually the asexual mode of reproduction. This chlamydomonas is going to divide and it is going to produce the zygospores, as you know this one. Excuse me. So here, from the zygospores, we are going to get the meiospores, which is nothing but the sexual mode of reproduction is taking place, and these meiospores are going to live independent life. Meiospores because meiotic division. Remember that word. Next, anisogametes means if the gametes are not of the same size or same components. And example, chlamydomonas, oogametes. Oogametes is also there. Oogametes means between non-motile large, the female gamete will be non-motile, not moving. Okay, large, it is large, and the male gamete is motile and movable. Sorry. So here in this manner, volvox and fucus, 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 these are going to have this oogamous type of sexual mode of reproduction. So you can see isogametes flagellated, isogametes non-flagellate, anisogametes and oogamous type of sexual reproduction taking place in algae. So this is common for all the groups in algae. And next, so just now it is common that life cycle is haplontic. Haplontic means the haploid. Generally, all the individuals are haploid. And zygote act as meiocyte. Zygote act as meiocyte. So in the sexual mode of reproduction, you have learned how the zygote is becoming meiocyte. Meiocyte means it is becoming 2N, and then it is undertaking meiotic division and releasing all the 4 new haploids. Okay, so that's why it is called haplontic life cycle, and zygote is the meiocyte. Sorry. Next, so reproduction in algae is over. Now next, uses of algae. Why we are using algae? What is the use of algae? Is there any use? Yes, it is a producer to the water bodies. Water bodies, large, huge water bodies are there on the planet, and here all the zooplanktons depend on these phytoplanktons. At least half of the carbon dioxide fixation on Earth is carried out by algae through photosynthesis and increase the level of oxygen in the environment. You know the importance of life-saving gas, that is oxygen. And they are paramount important as primary producers of energy-rich compounds, which forms the basis of food cycle of aquatic animals. So this is a major use of algae. Many species of Porifera, Laminaria, and Sargassum are used as food. They are a good source of proteins and carbohydrates. Some marine, brown, and red algae produce large amount of hydrocarbons. Example, algin and carrageen. So hydrocarbons are also produced by these algae. And iodine is extracted from kelps like Laminaria. Laminaria, about 100 meters height, 100 meters length, it is going to grow. And these laminarians, they are in huge area, they are widespread and they are called as kelps, and from these kelps they are going to extract iodine, which is very important. And chlorella and spirulina. Chlorella and spirulina, these are called single cell proteins, SCP. They are a good source of proteins, and these are used as food supplements even by space travelers. Classes of algae. The most important thing you are going to be familiar now is about classes of algae. Before this, I would like to say, remind you once again, new terminology will be there in this first year. So you must become familiar and familiar and familiar. Some distinction between educated and illiterate will be there. Illiterate people, if we say that appendix, they won't know. They don't know anything. If they have any pain, doctor will be asking, where is the pain? Then he'll be mentioning, I have a pain in the right side of the stomach or left, but he doesn't know what is the internal organization. But a doctor knows, and doctor knows if it is right side pain, then he will be declaring it is maybe appendix. So something like that, educated person will have an idea. So being a BPC student, you must be familiar with the new terminology. You can't say that new terminology I can't remember. You have to read and revise thoroughly all the time. Then it will be a part of your knowledge. Okay, it is a basic thing that you must remember the terminology, new terminology, which is getting introduced in these botany and zoology classes particularly. So here there are three main classes based on the pigmentation. Pigmentation means the color. The chloroplast color will be different. As you know, chloroplast will be having chlorophyll, carotene, phycobilins, xanthophylls, all these will be present, and they are having different wavelength absorption. That's why the different color. So here, classes of algae: chlorophyce, green algae; pheophyce, brown algae; and rhodophyce, red algae. These are the three classes. Now, chlorophyce, these are unicellular, filamentous, or colonial. Filament means long, slender, or sometimes some of them are colonial also. Grass green, they are greenish color, dark green, grass green, due to the presence of chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B. The predominance is chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B. Pigments are localized in chloroplast. Definitely, the pigments are present in the chloroplast only. Chloroplast may be discoid, plate-like, reticulate cup shaped, spiral, or ribbon shaped in different species. Depending on the shape of this chloroplast, the species can be identified. That's why this point is mentioned here. And pyrenoids, as I said, pyrenoids are the food material in the chloroplast. Some may have oil droplet also as reserve. Cell wall with cellulose and pectose, that is a common feature for all algae. Vegetative, asexual, and sexual types of reproduction can be seen. Just now we have discussed about the vegetative fragmentation. Asexual is by zoospores, aplanospores, hypnospores, and echinates. Sexual types also you have seen in sexual reproduction: isogamous, anisogamous, and oospores. Chlamydomonas, volvox, Ulothrix, Pyrogyra, and Chara are the example of this chlorophyce. And chlorophyce images also you can see. Chlamydomonas, already in 8th class you are familiar with this unicellular algae. Chlamydomonas, which is green in color, grass green color. You can see clearly the structure here. Sorry. So here you can see two flagella. Sometimes the flagella may be same or unequal size also. And you can see light green color. Just I'll mention here. This green color is nothing but the chloroplast. You can see the shape of the chloroplast in this cell. And also this one, flower-like appearance. This is pyrenoid. This pyrenoid is embedded in the chloroplast. And you can see the nucleus is in the center, and basal granules are there below the, two basal granules will be there below the flagella here. And even the flagella also. At the apex, the flagella is going to open like this, for example. So here this flagella, up to certain point, plasma membrane will be there. Plasma membrane. And also you can see two basal granules will be there below this apical region at the base of this flagella. And also contractile vacuole will be there. Two contractile vacuoles you can see here in this picture. And chloroplast is horseshoe shaped, And there is a red color spot. Red color spot. This is a red color pigment which is going to perceive the light. It is going to trap the sunlight. It is going to identify the sunlight, and sunlight is very important for this chloroplast to harvest. And carotene is present in the eye spot. That's why it is red in color. Next, the picture is very small here. Chlamydomonas. Next, we'll move on to next image. This is volvox. You can see volvox is in a colony. You can see one single volvox from the colony. This is one single volvox. Okay. Otherwise, all these are living in the colonies. You can see here, all of them are living in colony. Next, you are having Khara, Edogonium, and Spirogyra. Okay, you can see the chloroplast spiral shape also in the Spirogyra. That's why the name Spirogyra. So these are the few images of chlorophyce. Next, pheophyce. This is Ulothrix, Khara, and Spirogyra. Next, pheophyce. In marine habitats, they range from simple branched filamentous forms, ectocarpus, to profusely branched as kelps. Next, chlorophyll A and C are present, and carotenoids and xanthophylls are also seen in pheophyce. And xanthophylls are present, that's why they are somewhat brownish in color. Vary in color from olive green to brown depending on amount of xanthophyll and fucoxanthin present in them. Pheophyce stored food material is laminarin or mannitol. Vegetative cells covered with gelatin called algin. This algin is nothing but it is very important, gelatinous. It will be edible part used in soups. Protoplasm has plastids. Plastid means the chloroplast. Centrally located vacuole and nucleus. Plant body usually attached to the substratum by a hold fast and has a stalk. So this point is very important. The plant body usually is attached to the substrate by a hold fast root-like structure and has a stalk, the stipe, and leaf-like photosynthetic organ, the fronds. Vegetative propagation is also by fragmentation. Here also the same asexual reproduction by biflagellate zoospores, and that are pear-shaped means heart-shaped. The zoospores are heart-shaped with unequal flagella. Sexual reproduction may be isogamous, and isogamous are oogamous. Fusion of gametes will be taking place in water or within the oogonium. Gametes are pyriform and bear two laterally attached flagella. Examples are ectocarpus, dictyota, laminaria, sargassum, and fucus. Next is images of pheophyce. You can see here ectocarpus. Sargassum, dictyota, sargassum, laminaria, and this one. You can see on the pebbles how it is growing, fucus. And you can also check out the image of this sargassum. It is not having any root system, just a hold fast will be present here, which is going to make it get attached with the substratum, getting fixed. Here also you can see the same, the hold fast at the bottom. Rhodophyceae. Rhodophyceae are red algae, and they are red in color due to the predominance of R-phycoerythrin in their body. So phycoerythrin, red color pigment, it is more, that's why they appear red in color. Marine algae found in warmer areas. The marine alga will be found in warmer areas, occur both in high light intensity area and greater depths in oceans. That means they are found not only on the upper part of the marine body, but also in the greater depths also they are seen in the oceans where light can be penetrating, and there also they undertake the photosynthesis. Multicellular chlorophyll A, D, and phycoerythrin are present. Stored food is Floridian starch, similar to amylopectin and glycogen in structure. So here Floridian starch is the stored food material for this. Rhodophyceae, vegetative reproduction, the same thing, fragmentation. It is very common. Asexually by non-motile spores and sexually by non-motile gametes. This is the important point in this Rhodophyceae. Red algae, they'll be having only non-motile spores. Asexual also, and the sexual also non-motile. That means they will be lacking the flagella. If flagella is present means motile spores can be seen. If flagella is not there means non-motile only. So remember these members are not having any flagella like others. And the female sex organ is flask-shaped carpogonium, and non-flagellated male gamete is called spermatium. So the male flagella is non-flagellated. The male gamete is non-flagellated and it is called spermatium. It is going to reach the carpogonium where the female gamete will be present and it is going to fuse. Sexual reproduction is oogametes and accompanied by complex post-fertilization development. Examples are Polysiphonia, Porphyra, Gracilaria, and Gelidium. These Gracilaria and Gelidium are very important substances. These Gracilaria and Gelidium are going to be used in the medium as we are going to get agar. This agar is nothing but it is going to be the nutrient media of tissue culture, which is going to become solidified because of the presence of agar. Polysiphonia, Porphyra, you can see the beautiful red color algae here, and Gracilaria, and this is the Gelidium. Siphon like, that's why Polysiphonia, Porphyra, Gracilaria, and this is Gelidium. So coming to the assignment from this topic only, name the food materials found in Biophyceae and Rhodophyceae. And the second one, name the pigments responsible for brown color of Biophyceae and red color of excuse me, Rhodophyceae. Differentiate between red algae and brown algae, which is a short answer question for 4 marks. These are very important questions for IP. So complete the assignment number 4 and pass it to your JLs and revise the textbook and look at the pictures clearly, properly, and remember. And the new terminology, just some more time is left over here. So we can go for a quick recap also. Chlorophyceae, Chlorophyceae unicellular, you can see here Chlamydomonas, which you are familiar with, and pyrenites in the chloroplast, and oil droplets are also the reserve. Cellulose and pectose is the cell wall. And you can see all the 3 varieties of reproduction: vegetative, asexual, and sexual. And Chlamydomonas, volvox, Khara, Pyrogoera, and Ulothrix. These are the examples for this Chlorophyceae, which are green in color, grass green color due to the presence of chlorophyll A. Phaeophyceae are brown in color, and ectocarpus and the kelps are found in this अमित से बात करो. And next here, you can see few of us here. The stored food material is laminarin and mannitol. And here also you can find the same thing like sexual, asexual, and vegetative propagation. Vegetative propagation is by fragmentation, asexual is by biflagellate zoospores. Flagella will be present in these families, Phaeophyceae. And so the zoospores also will have the flagella, which you can't find in Rhodophyceae. And sexual reproduction is isogamous, anisogamous, oogamous. Isogamous means similar gametes, same. Anisogamous, dissimilar gametes. Oogamous means female, non-motile, and male, smaller and motile one. Next images also you can see here, Phaeophyceae, Ectocarpus, Dictyota, Sargassum, Laminaria, and Fucus. These are the examples. So I hope you will follow this algae and revise the textbook properly and find out the answers correctly accordingly and make a notes, revise so that the terminology will be on your tongue, students. So with this we finish this Polycyphonia, Polyphyra, Gracilaria, Geladin, Rhodophyceae images. And the assignment 4 questions are given. Thank you. Thank you. Sir, class is over.
Okay, madam. Thank you.
आंचल की एक बार बंद करे तो फिर कहीं करना फोन 2 बार करे जी फोन हमारे अम्मा क्या करते फोन